This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Last time on Super Media Bros. What the fuck is that?
I have no idea where that came from.
Like one of our drivers is going bad, maybe?
Hey, bitches, did you forget about us? Yeah, because we've been in the background.
Oh, god damn it, not him.
We haven't forgot about you.
Oh, it's the other one, too.
Brothers. That's why we're coming out.
You would think after we killed one of them.
Well, the two Billies are pissed off now.
You killed the one Billy, the two Billies are here.
So what the hell we're gonna do about them?
I don't know, but they are kind of fucking our shit up. Like, our system is going down as we speak, and I can't stop it.
About to type hard.
I think.
Shit up. Hang on.
Oh shit, everything just locked up on us.
Yeah, I don't know what the okay, hang on. I'm going to try something.
What are you doing?
Well, you remember that grid project I was working on like a couple months
You mean
ago?
that piece of shit system you working on for the last year?
It's not a piece of shit, Cody. It's going to fucking work.
No, it's not. I told you. It's a dying thing.
No, I swear to God. Okay, look, it might look archaic as fuck, but I think it's going to work for
Archaic as fuck?
I don't... Dude, shut the fuck up.
It's about as archaic as prototype.
Oh my God, let me think. All right.
Hurry up. We don't have much time, dude.
Dude, I'm fucking trying. Okay, so it looks like we're not gonna be here, so we need to try to get teleported the fuck out of here. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it might work.
We're gonna die.
We are not gonna fucking die, I promise. Hang
Oh,
on.
yes, we are.
Son of a bitch.
I told you it's not gonna work.
Yes, it is. Ah, fuck!
What the hell's happening?
This place is about to blow the fuck up.
Dude, I told you that like 5 minutes ago.
No, I swear to God, we're gonna get out of here, I promise.
Shit. We are not doing that again.
I thought it would be a lot better.
You see why I told you it was a failed experiment?
That's not... Well, we're gone, aren't we?
Actually, where are we?
I don't know.
What year is it?
I don't know that either. All I know is that this place looks crazy. There's look at all the fucking media that we have around us. There goes the YouTube. There goes YouTube and Twitter. There goes Facebook, which we don't really whatever.
Yeah. Well, who cares about Facebook?
Yeah. There goes Instagram. There goes our stupid pictures.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like floating. What's
They're like little birds. It's tweet, tweet.
the floor is black
Speaking of tweets.
and gridded. What are those mountains over there? It's
Is that Max Headroom I see?
I don't. Is that Max Headroom?
It looks like him. We should like space fly over there.
Space fly over there.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I don't know. This might be where I've sent a lot of shit as an experiment. So, I guess this is our information superhighway, aka the grid, aka whatever the fuck we want to call it.
Oof. Still a little sensitive from the
Yeah,
travel.
I figured that.
Ugh.
How the fuck are we gonna get our podcast out of this place and into the fucking internet land up there?
Well, I mean, we have the power right here
This is true.
in our hands. All 10-fingered versions.
It's my robot.
Oh, the Tysonator.
Look.
The one non-failed experiment that you made.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Over here.
Look at him lisping over here.
Don't make fun of him. He's very sensitive.
No, he's tentative.
Stop that. Come here. I don't know if we should call him the Tysonator. I only made him look like Mike Tyson because we punched the fuck out of him. I kind of felt bad.
So if we ever punch him, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, there's that, but he's nice.
Well, I mean, still call him the Tysonator because he's a Robo Tyson.
He only knows how to say our names, though. He does commands, but he only knows how to say our name.
Robo Chop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But he doesn't chop.
No, he does. You know what I just thought about? He's got a CPU built into him. He could actually put our podcast out.
And then just pew.
Yes.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know he was capable of that.
yeah, I just remembered actually, like, his stomach, that slit's just not a place to look like a championship belt.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, just saying. So, what do we want to talk about? Let's make an episode and see if it works.
See if it gets out there.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know what has happened because, it's been a good bit of time, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been. The last I heard there was a Star Wars movie.
We were watching The Mandalorian. I knew that.
Okay.
And you said something about Deadpool 3.
Yes.
Okay, so
so there's two things.
Well, 3 technically.
3.
So stop. And then we have, The Weeknd actually came out with some music, fairly recent.
Okay, let's do that.
And hell, why not? We always talk about them, Monstercat music, because they're always releasing good shit.
Okay, well, that works for me.
So, Disabled Disney?
Yeah, a Heartless sequel?
And I guess cat and mouse games?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hopefully there's more.
I think there's going to be... Hey, Tysonator, Brobot, Tyson, whatever the fuck, can you, start the show for us?
Super Media Bros.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Me and Tysonator are doing good.
You and Tysonator are doing good?
Tysonator, he's doing good.
Tysonator is the best Tysonator.
He hasn't punched us once.
Right?
That's always a blessing.
It is a blessing, even though we've punched the shit out of Mike Tyson in real life. He's not...
You sounded very Sean Connery. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson has punched the shit out of... Mike Tyson left us for dead in a parking lot a couple years ago.
And yet you built a mock of him for purposes I have no idea of, but...
He does what we say.
And he kind of saved us a little bit.
Yeah. I would assume this is his home.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've got all that shit out of the way, I guess welcome back to the Super Media Bros podcast 2020. It's the year 2020. Holy shit.
My, as time flies since we were here.
Yeah, I know, right? It seems like it's been 10 days.
Actually, it felt like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean...
Weirdly enough.
Did feel like it was yesterday. God damn it, our podcast...
My God,
layer,
10 days has passed, and it felt like yesterday.
Yeah, but our podcast layer got blown the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we ended up here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hello, everybody out there in internet land, internet territory, online, in your office cubicles and your trucks and vehicles, car things going to work. I can't speak right.
We have a postcard from Greetings from the Web. Or the Grid.
The web. Like
The web.
The web.
Yeah.
Let's get into some shit. I would like to talk about some new shit with everybody out there, as would you, I'm sure. Let's get on with it. What do you want to talk about first?
How about the Deadpool movie?
Sounds good to me.
Supposedly coming out.
No, it is coming out. Ryan Reynolds actually confirmed this. I want to say it was on what Regis and Kelly is supposed to be now, because it's just Kelly and whoever the fuck her co-host is now, because it's gone from Regis and Kathy Lee to Regis and Kelly to Kelly and this guy. I don't know who the fuck
so it's
it is.
a rip-off.
Yeah, it is a rip-off.
Mm-hmm.
But he was basically saying Deadpool 3 is now at Marvel Studios, and he is blown the fuck away by it because they're getting this humongous budget, all this shit like that they're able to do with it now, and
Just no more Fox holding their hand like this is what we're gonna do with this series. No.
yeah, I mean, it obviously came part of the Fox merger, which is a big fucking deal because a lot of people thought that Reynolds was done for, but dude.
You can't kill Deadpool like that.
But not just that, but you can't, like, Reynolds wanted this role for so fucking long. You would have to pry it out of his dead hands to fucking, his Deadpool hands to get it. And do
I mean,
it just
he's like Robert Downey Jr. You just look at Ryan Reynolds and like he is Wade Wilson.
It sounded like you said Rubber Downey Jr. He's the safest of all actors.
He has that that iron dick.
Yes.
Yeah. Rubber Downey.
His own Rubber Downey Jr.
Yeah.
There we go. But no, it's gonna happen, dude. Marvel Studios is developing it, which I'm excited to see how it fits into the cinematic universe.
Of course, now they're going to have to redo all of the X-Men properly.
I didn't plan on talking about it, but briefly, I think they're doing that with the New Mutants is why it took so long, because I read somewhere that Disney was wanting to basically retroactively fit that into the MCU. So they shot certain things that took it out of the Fox Marvel universe, that X-Men world, and basically made it where like, oh, if this is going to be Disney's X-Men, this is like the first Disney X-Men film, which I don't see a problem with.
And then also, if we can get a collaboration with Spider-Man, Tom Holland, with Deadpool, because they always have that little buddy ongoing thing between the two of them. So that would be pretty cool to see them two somehow, some way.
I think it would be funny because if they do go ahead and set it up where Spider-Man can like co-lead a new Avengers team, and he's like, oh, this guy, and that becomes like a basis for another Avengers film or just a standalone like appearance in each other's
like
movie,
a Disney Plus original,
something like that. I would like to see that. That would be fun. Like a Disney Plus series with Spider-Man and Deadpool. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Disney, pay us.
Please. We're giving you all the ideas.
Yeah, for a lot of times.
This episode is not sponsored by Disney.
Nope, not at all.
Although it should be.
Yes, it should.
Because we wouldn't be where we're at right now.
Yeah, because I would actually have the funding to work on a better project. Fuckers. Anyway, yeah.
That was a cold one.
Popping open a cold one with the boys.
Like, I literally felt that draft from the back of my neck. Just, pew, holy shit.
I think that might be just the mountain breeze back there, the digital mountain breeze.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Somebody must have pressed Control-C for a cool.
Yeah, exactly. Control-C. Cold.
Tap the Rockies.
Exactly. That's all I have for that, because there's really not much else to say other than it's happening, don't know when.
Yeah. It'll come when it comes.
Yeah. What's going on with Monstercat, dude? Because I'll be honest, like I've seen some shit here and there. I've heard some stuff here and there, but I haven't really kept up too much with it here in the last couple weeks.
I mean, the main thing is they released the collaboration album with Instinct and Uncaged from the last. It was the best of. I'm sorry, I couldn't think for a second. No, it was the best of 2019.
That's the last thing I saw.
That was the most recent thing that I remember. And then I haven't been keeping up with it either on my end, to be honest. But I listened mostly to the Uncaged side of it. And there was a couple tracks that I actually did vote for, but I was kind of disappointed when a few of them that I actually wanted to be on there. Like, Moshi wasn't on there. But, I mean, Play was on there, so I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I'm really surprised about that. And then freaking... I think the last thing I remember that I was really, like, no pun intended, hyped about was the Tokyo Machine and, what was it, Bad Boy?
Yeah, with Yo something.
Yeah, don't make me...
something with a Y.
Not Yakko. I'm saying, like, fucking Animaniacs over here. I feel stupid.
Yakko, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I was right. All right. Sweet. I'm not dumb after all.
But, yeah, other than that, I did remember hearing this one. Hot from Fowler had a VIP version, a variation.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I've seen a couple of VIP songs come out,
and this one is actually pretty damn good because it's a trap variation versus the electro sound.
That's like oh god damn it. Was it Where Do We Go From Here? It was not we just talked Mazaire. We just talked about Mazaire earlier this year. He put a VIP out of that. That was a pretty good little VIP.
And then Boss Fight had a VIP version of No Sleep as well from his old album. And then Stonebank had a Rip to Pieces VIP, which that's all they've been doing recently is just variations until the end of the year happened. Because on the Instinct side, Grant had Where Will We Go acoustic, along with Throttle's Japan had an acoustic version as well.
That was really good.
There really wasn't any new music per se. It was just, variations of the actual work they've done so far up until now. So now that the new year started, we're going to start getting more music, new music. But so far, up until that point, we just got the best of 2019 on both sides and then the newer variations of songs for a couple more artists.
What do you guys out there think they're going to do this year? What do you think they're going to do this year? Because they've talked about starting a new, quote unquote, starting a new journey, and 001 and 030 got brought up in conversation with now I can't think of his name, the head of the label.
Mike Darrington.
Thank you. Yeah, he spoke of something, how like that, I don't know, that got brought up in conversation and people were thinking, oh shit, are we going to get like a story about the cats again, or are we going to get like some artwork kind of telling a story again, as opposed to just the compilations. But I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't see them separating the albums any more than they already have, because you already have the radio friendly and the hardcore, so there's really not much you can do that would make sense and be not hard to keep track of, basically.
Yeah, and they're definitely not going to reunify the label. They worked too hard on the brand split last year to fucking do that.
No, it's a great idea, so I don't know why they would reunify everything anyway.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a cool thing if they brought back the story element to their album releases rather than just doing, like you said, a compilation of what their music has been released so far.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is being that they have the animated artworks now, they can actually animate the stories with the album releases themselves.
That's something I'd like to see.
Because, like, for example, when Riot released their Dogma Resistance EP, that was like a comic book strip that they released along with it. So you get like an actual story based on the song that releases, which, if y'all remember back in the day when 001 and 030, that whole segment, you can actually create a story in your mind while you listen to the whole album itself. So that's something I would like to see happen again, is like, if you can take the songs and make them make sense into a story arc during the album, that would be something they can reintroduce again. But then they can animate the actual album itself on the YouTube video, the whole entire hour long, basically, of what's going on with that song. Like, where's Monstercat, or where is the Instinct Cat, or where's the Uncaged Cat? Where are they at?
I was thinking Uncaged Cat, and then it's just like this, like the little like actual monster cat, and then the little cute Instinct Cat, like the little cartoon caricature version, and then you got like the uncaged one, and he's just like all disheveled and like fucking zombified, and he just eats everybody and shit.
I mean, look at the Riot monster that they had on their album. It's pretty much like the Machine Cat, just demonic fucking monster just coming out of nowhere.
Dude, that album was so fucking good though.
Oh yeah,
just fuck.
Surprisingly enough, Blackwater was on the album's best of. Like, I was
really.
I liked the song, but it wasn't their best song from that album.
That's really not to say unfortunate, because there's not like a bad song on that album. It's just not their strongest one, like with the rest of that collection. Honestly,
no, because I mean, Overkill was probably their best song.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say actually, like I think that one's my favorite on that release.
That one and the remix that they did, the Rebirth, Disorder.
Yeah,
that one was a good variation,
right?
But yeah, that's pretty much what Monstercat has done up until this point. But we're speculating as to where 2020 is going to lead them as far as, their own future, their own journey. So
yeah, no shit. Oh, there's shit blowing up. There's shit blowing up out there. I mean, see it. It's digital fireworks, but it looks pretty as fuck.
Yeah.
Apparently, they celebrate the new year down here.
No, we just see like the little windows opening boxes, and just have like the sounds. I can't even think for a second.
It's like little sprites.
Let me rephrase that. Sorry. No, it's the windows that pop up, and it has a sound clip of the fireworks going off.
Okay. Well, so there goes the YouTube. There goes the Twitter machine thing. There goes video screens of fireworks happening.
Yeah.
That's like we are pretty much in a goddamn desktop setup where if we get bugged down here and we just get dude, I hope we don't get crushed by Windows. Fuck.
I feel like we're in a vaporwave music video.
Yeah, it's kind of how it feels right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody out there can like find us on social media, thank you for receiving our transmissions and breaking the code and setting us free somewhat until we can get the fuck out of here and back to the real world. That that was pretty sweet. I know we're getting off track here, but
You totally are all heroes.
Yeah, totally forgot to mention you guys out there for getting out there when we got hacked and the Billies blew our shit the fuck up.
They tainted us.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling they were going to try some bullshit a few weeks ago, but it's whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of heartless fuckers.
Yeah, let's get on to the Weeknd.
Yeah.
So Cody and I are humongous fans, obviously. And if you're not a fan of the Weeknd, trust us when we say there's something for you out there. You just have not found it yet, because
his compilation is not just Can't Feel My Face and Earn It and The Hills. No, he has a large amount of music that is just fine tuned in so many ways.
He's so much more than that album anyway.
Yeah,
and it's a good album, but it's not his best in my mind. Like, I mean, everything from his like House of Balloons and Thursday, like the whole trilogy album, really, and then like Kissland and Starboy and My Dear Melancholy. I'm really excited to see where he goes, if this all is going to lead into a new album, which I'm hoping it is all part of a new album. The art theme for both of these singles, Heartless and Blinding Lights, look the same.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that real classy look.
He looks like Bruno Mars, but more from the
70s.
Yeah, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, this is absolutely 70s Vegas showman stuff. This is almost, dare I say, this is like urban Brendan Urie in a way, but it's just so fucking classic looking, man. Like, this dude knows how to fucking reinvent himself every time an album cycle rolls through. Fucking XO for life, goddammit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on with the Heartless, man, because like drop and talk about that first, because when that came out, everybody was like, okay, I hope this is really moody. I hope this is like, because people really want like that moody ass music. Like
they want sad boy,
and he's the king of fucking sad boy winters, man. Come on. But this was a great fucking track.
Yeah, it's a good steady beat. It's got a good vocal range and everything like that, and it's not so depressing as you would think it is. Because I mean, he's based on a drug trip. Because he's like, fuck it, I'm done with being a good boy.
Yeah, I mean, the song lyrically deals with the fact that he broke up with, like, him and Selena. Like, he's still, like, writing lyrics about Selena Gomez and his breakup, and then singing about him getting back. Like, it's mixed with him getting back together with Bella Hadid and then their relationship. And, when he wants, I say when he wants, he's always really good lyrically, but, like, when he wants to, he's going to turn up the whole, hey, like, I'm a heartless motherfucker. I'm going out and fucking and, just whatever I want to do.
Yep.
And then he turns around and he goes full 1980s on us, because, I mean, it's no secret that he is heavily influenced by the 1980s and loves that style of music.
Because Blinding Lights, it's a faster pickup from Heartless for sure when it comes to the rhythm and stuff.
Yeah.
It's, to me, and this is my opinion about it, it's a much better, well-done version of False Alarm.
Yeah, like if you're looking for like the good, like, happy or lighter-hearted version, because I mean, I really liked False Alarm, and I liked False Alarm for the actual energy of the song, the urgency of it, the just the musical aspect of it. But yeah, this is absolutely that. How do you put it, man? Because it's got energy to it, but it's also very like you said, very lighthearted. It's like lighthearted, very like light-spirited, kind of just a fun song.
It's a very good driving tune.
It would have fit pretty well in like a Stranger Things setting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could drop this song in with any song from the 1980s that has this kind of similar sound, and you wouldn't be able to tell it wasn't from that time. The production quality on it's very well done.
Speaking of that, I found this video, which I don't know who did the actual trimming of it and the alteration of it, but they slowed down the actual song itself, and then they like deepened his voice.
They just slowed and pitched it is all they did.
Yeah, and it made it sound more like a retro wave song than it normally did already.
Yeah.
And everybody like freaked out because Abel actually saw that video, that trim of the song, is like, hey, this is pretty cool. And he tagged on his Instagram.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you fucking made it. You got Abel's attention.
Yeah, he retweeted on Twitter too. And that's the thing about Abel as well, is like if he finds something he really enjoys, or if he likes it, if he, he's not abashed, he's not ashamed of it. He'll fucking put that shit up and be like, hey, y'all go listen to this.
But definitely find that it's blinding lights, slowed and reverbed.
Yeah, that's anywhere on YouTube, really.
You actually can find the picture of it. It's the same picture on my Twitter wall. It is the magenta bike rider down the road.
Yeah.
It's the same cover art and everything, and it's just oh my god, it's hard to explain because it's so great on so many levels, along with how the song already is naturally.
Yeah, the color scheme on that artwork really sells it well, as much as the music does.
It feels like an old 1980s like anime, basically like a Akira or I can't think of the name of the one I'm thinking of off the top of my head. There's a couple of them that are like that, like old Gundam and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely just check out the original songs themselves, and then once you're done with Blinding Lights, go and check out that reverb version.
Drop the fucking album, dude. Everybody's waiting on that shit. I mean, we are.
Yeah, we always waiting. We're sad boys until they drop.
Yeah, we'll wait every weekend until you fucking put it out.
Pretty much. We'll keep doing an episode targeted at Abel, like, hey, we're talking about your music again, so therefore you should release more music for us to talk about.
We'll get the Tysonator robot to just like hack and just put it into his like fucking Audis and his fucking Lambos whenever he's driving and shit with the tiger in the fucking passenger seat. He just hears us bitching about it, like, hey, put it out, fucker.
I don't know why you said Audi, and I thought he had an Audi belly button.
Audi 5000, motherfucker.
And he has like a USB drive that you just poke in his belly button.
A US belly?
Yeah.
He said a US belly drive. God
the
damn
us
it.
belly.
The us belly. God damn it.
This is where we put our music into his belly button.
Yeah. What if that's how you listen to music?
Probably.
Like, no, like just in general, like what if that's the future? They're like microchipping animals and shit. They're doing that, and they've already done like the Google Glass thing with the eyeglasses, where you can put the computer screens like right at your eyes and have it literally at your fingertips. You can be Tony Stark. What if they were so like just out of ideas?
What if they did like the Matrix, where they had the cable that goes in the back of your neck? Just put the flash drive in the back of your neck. Just
I mean,
upload all the information to your brain.
No shit. I would just laugh my ass off because, like, the fucking government's this goddamn retarded. Where it's like, hey, let's go ahead and put USB drives in our belly buttons, and that's how you access music.
Oh, what was that show I saw on Netflix a while back? It was it was like Ghost in the Shell, and they had the people with the stacks in their necks where they have like the bodysuits. Altered
Carbon, yeah.
That was such a good show.
If I sounded like I was being a dick, I promise I'm not. I am getting over a fucking cold.
No, he's a dick. Because his name is Richard.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true.
So don't let him fool you. He's an actual dick by nature.
Also, I apologize for the use of the R word.
Richard?
No, retarded.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going to stop acting like that, and I'm going to move on to the next fucking thing. I think it's the last thing. Well, no, it's not the last thing. It's the next to last thing.
The last main topic has 2 segments. So
let's talk about Star Wars. Let's fucking address this goddamn elephant.
So I went into it just like he did, with no expectations whatsoever. I didn't watch any trailers. He didn't watch anything hardly. We went in fresh as possible, which I did the same thing last time with Last Jedi. And I walked out of that theater wondering what the hell is going on. Because before he even mentioned anything to me, I sat there and just thought about, okay, there were some cool elements to this movie. I will give it that much. They had some really fun parts. They had some really deep emotional parts that just made you stay included in the movie. But you put it all together and it's like, what was the point of all that?
I think I have an answer for that. The answer is that this movie tried to undo everything The Last Jedi did because, hey, the last movie wasn't nostalgia trip. The last movie, Last Jedi, dared to fucking be something different. It dared to take a franchise that everybody is so used to and ask fucking questions, and it dared its audience to fucking find the answers to those questions.
But there was nothing wrong with The Last Jedi.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how dare, I'm being sarcastic, dude, how dare the fucking Star Wars, how dare Ryan Johnson ask its fans to fucking think and to be something different. The thing that, and I had a conversation with Nicole about this earlier, is that people bitched about The Last Jedi so much. They're just like, well, what the fuck? It wasn't, the fun, whimsical ride that The Force Awakens was. And it's like, yeah, sure, The Force Awakens is a great fucking movie. We needed a sense of nostalgia because of the fact that it's introducing new characters into a new trilogy that everybody is going to be fucking big fan of because you don't just toss like new characters in there and be like, here, you're expected to just
Know who that is.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a good way to pass the torch from, the old
original
character.
trilogy. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. The problem that everybody had with The Last Jedi was something I'll never figure out because, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm about to get on a fucking soapbox here.
We both are, actually.
Yeah, so, okay, the people... And I'm not shitting on you for liking what you like, but this is just our opinion. And I say our opinion because we both will fucking die on the hill that The Last Jedi is the best fucking film in this trilogy by far. Mm-hmm. Ryan Johnson, hats off to you, dude. Like, you get a lot of shit. People have given you shit for the last 2 years, and it's been uncalled for. You fucking took a franchise that J.J. Abrams kind of butchered at the ass end of the first film, and he had Luke being a fuck-all going to run onto a fucking island, and he's displaced all the main characters everywhere in the galaxy he could think of and just kind of gave you something that you had to make, something work with. And you fucking did. You put a great imaginative film together that had you asking questions about, fuck, is this really what I need to be believing in? You had the power, and I'm getting to the end of it, like the power of the scene where Luke fucking force projects across a galaxy to face down the fucking First Order army by himself. And people are like, why was there was no big fight? That was not a blah, blah, blah.
Because there was no need for a fight.
No, there wasn't. And that's the whole point. Like, he became pretty much what Yoda was, where he doesn't have to do shit to train you, and he doesn't have to do shit to show you that he was more of a master. The problem that I have with a lot of the criticism is the fact that he, like I said, he dared to fucking do something different, and people shit on him for it, when in reality, let's go ahead and address the whole, Force is blood. No, it's fucking not. When the original Star Wars came out, anybody could have fucking used the Force. That's the whole thing when Poe closes his eyes in the fucking X-Wing and just uses the Force. They tried to fucking write it where it had to be in your bloodline, and that's not how it fucking is, man. And Ryan Johnson dared to be like, no, look at this fucking child sweeping. He fucking, like, semi-used the Force to pull his broomstick. He fucking looked out into the galaxy and held that shit up. Luke Skywalker himself, in that last act that he did while he was still a fucking human being, inspired the next generation of kids and people to be the resistance, just like he was inspired to be a resistance in the first Star Wars, well before it became a thing that Skywalker was Vader's kid, well before Rise of Skywalker decided, hey, let's go ahead and just piss on everything and not be original, and let's try to do Jedi 2.0. Because that's exactly what fucking happened.
Which, I mentioned this to him when we both watched the movie, and if you're all hearing this like humming noise, it's actually the CPU. There's like this really weird humming noise with the CPU, like we're kind of like in this computer space. So if y'all hear like a we're just assuming that's a computer around us. So
yeah, it's what's throwing all the windows around. And by the way, don't think we're angry and bitter fucking old people about this franchise. It's just
we're tired of people shitting on anything creative. Because if you really analyze the trilogy itself, it's basically like he said, The Force Awakens was just a redo of Episode 4 to bring people back into the Star Wars universe when we've had a hiatus for, what was it, a decade or so?
Since 2005.
Yeah, so a little over
10 years.
Almost a decade, basically. So you get introduced back into the universe, which, I mean, if you're a true fan, you've never left, but at the same time, you're still trying to draw people in who have not delved into the Star Wars universe, because 2005, I mean, there's a lot more of a fan base that you're not touching yet. A lot of the kids out there. So while the parents are sitting there trying to reintroduce their kids to episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, 3, and then everything else, now you're giving them an option to say, okay, here's an actual movie. That's what Force Awakens was. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either.
Yeah, and in fact, when compared to the fucking prequel trilogy, I thought it was a little better than a lot of that effort.
Mm-hmm. But point being on that part, we'll go to that in a second.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi, to me, is touching bases on what he said. You do something with a series that they've done the same exact formula for so long. They introduce the similar character tropes all the time. What are you going to do to get people's attention? This is a way to do it. You're taking character development to a different level. You're taking original characters back in the day and giving them more of this like flipped alter ego to where it's like, okay, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like with, Force Awakens when Han Solo died. He knew he was going to have to die to get to reach out to Ben, which he wasn't there, technically. But he still knew that he couldn't just survive, because that's how Han Solo's character was. He always wanted to survive. Now he knew he had to give himself up.
Yeah.
And that was the flip side. Same with Luke. Luke was always that hopeful, positive, like, I'm going to do good. I'm going to be the greatest thing ever kind of mentality. And now he's just like, fuck it. Because, look at what I've dealt with. I had to put my father down, put him to rest. My mentor died in front of me.
Yep.
I
failed all these children I trained.
Yeah. He literally went through such a mind fuck for a little over like 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
And you would not expect him to be this happy-go-lucky Jedi master that you're used to. No, he's dealing with trauma and stress as much as he can. So that gives you more of a character development between him and Rey, because, I mean, honestly, after watching The Rise of Skywalker, Rey is just kind of meh.
Yeah, and that sucks because as a female lead, she's a good character. And I feel like they kind of shit the bed with her on this. They shit the bed with a lot of characters in this franchise, honestly, dude.
Like Finn?
Yeah, absolutely, Finn. I was going to say the same thing. And a lot of people got pissed off about his role in The Last Jedi, which I will fucking say, no, they didn't fuck him in that. I think mostly every character in this franchise was where they needed to be at that point in time. Mm-hmm. I know people were pissed about the whole thing with Kelly Marie Tran, Rose.
Rose, yeah.
And, I mean, come on. In this last movie, she probably should have had a better part, but they explained that with Carrie Fisher saying, oh, no, I need you here to do this, this, and this. Right. Cool. I'm going to follow orders of the General, yeah, Princess Leia, the General Leia. I mean, come on. But,
like I was getting on with the whole Last Jedi. It made you think, it made you pay attention, and it made you wonder, like, okay, what was this part for? What was that part for? Could they have achieved this with this? That's the kind of movies we need, though. Like, if you're going to sit there and shit on something that makes you think, then where are you at mentally? If you can't appreciate art.
Yeah, I mean, and again, people may not just may not like it because they just didn't like it. And that's kind of how we are with The Rise of Skywalker. It's not that we fucking hate it and we're not sitting here thinking it's the worst Star Wars. It's a Star Wars movie. It's something.
It definitely made that point clear. It is definitely a Star Wars film.
Yeah, it's something. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, hey, guys. Okay. I think the best thing I can put it to is when you're seeing a band live and they're about to end a song and there's that big ass rollout and that big fucking build. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And the drummer has the big long and you're expecting that last like big, chorus of fucking cymbals and fucking loud guitar chords and like the singer like or whatever the fuck.
And then all the amps explode.
Nothing happens.
No, like the amps explode.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because you get flashy shit everywhere.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you hear that nothing. Mm-hmm. that's how I felt going, like, leaving the theater with this fucking movie, dude, because
So-
of the shoehorn stuff in there that.
Definitely going to be spoilers. I mean, at this point, that you're not missing a whole lot that would make you go, okay, well, he shouldn't have said that. No. Okay.
Chances are you've called half of this movie before seeing it, everybody.
Here are some of the problems that we have with the film. The main problem is just how, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have that rational, even though it's a sci-fi thriller or sci-fi, like, movie, it doesn't have rationality behind how it was put together. Because, yeah, we get it. You have the Resistance going against the First Order.
Cool.
We get that. But on the side, you have Rey and you have Kylo doing this, like, weird mind fucking with each other thing.
Yeah, they have this fucking force bond.
Like, okay, that's interesting, I guess. But then you have, just Princess Leia is just sending everybody off to do their own thing, not giving two fucks about what they're doing. She's just like, okay, well, y'all have fun.
Yeah, and
Be careful.
that was so awkward, man, because they had to take footage that she did on The Last Jedi and, like, somehow shoehorn it in just to have her be in the movie when they could have opened the movie and was like, Leia is dead, and let the Resistance.
I mean, you had
figure
Billy
the fuck-
Lord in there. She could have been like the introduction to what happened.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like let the Resistance figure it out on their own, the way that fucking Leia and Luke and Han had to.
Yeah. But it was so strange, like how they gave her a send off. Like she died of a broken heart, basically,
Yeah.
and she stayed physically in the realm of mortality, like in the physical world, until Kylo died.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Here's another thing that doesn't make sense. Okay, and I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, so this is where I need you to come in. The only thing I had a deal, like, and it wasn't a big deal. The only issue I had with The Last Jedi was when she fucking decides, I'm just gonna force float back into the
yeet.
fucking ship.
Yep.
When the fuck did Leia ever have the Force?
She was force sensitive.
She was force sensitive, but the fact that they've never explained or showed it, I don't know if it was supposed to be, hey, this is the moment we all find out that she has mastered how to use it, or any of that shit. The fact that they even tossed in that Luke had trained her with the fucking lightsaber, did she ever use a fucking lightsaber?
Not once.
That's what I'm saying.
But she had her own lightsaber.
yeah,
Like her own personal lightsaber, because apparently Rey had to go back home and find it.
that's another shoehorn issue I have. But I think the biggest shoehorn issue that Cody and I both have was fucking Emperor Palpatine, which is really shitty because we fucking love that character.
It was just so odd, like how they threw him in the movie. Like, okay, he's the main villain behind everything. And we mean everything. He has gotten so powerful on the dark side that he manipulates the whole fucking galaxy.
Yeah, you want to know what my biggest issue is with this whole fucking thing, though?
Might as well say it.
Honestly, dude. And I'm y'all can fucking go out there and quote me on this. I don't fucking care. Disney didn't have the balls to fucking stand behind Adam Driver as being a competent enough villain to carry the franchise. They always had to have him be fucking underling to somebody.
You know, I'm going to go off on a tangent for that for a second, and I'm probably going to get flack for this, so I don't care. They played him too safe.
Yeah,
They really did, but the way they did it, they made him such a wuss.
yeah. When his most brutal moments came in the fucking second one.
Yeah.
Like, that was the moment when he shed the fucking helmet and beat the shit out of it and busted it up. Was like, I'm not going to be Vader 2.0. I'm fucking Kylo Ren.
He was going to be his own main staple in the fucking First Order.
Yeah, when he's facing Luke down and he's like, fucking fire every goddamn thing we have at him. That's what I wanted. That is the fucking tyrannical fucking villain I wanted.
Yeah. But no. What we get in the Rise of Skywalker is that force bond that he has with Rey is literally some strange love interest that they have for each other, which I'm sure everybody who's seen the films are like, oh yeah, that's what we're expecting. But it was just, it didn't feel right.
No, it didn't, man.
It felt forced. It felt unnatural. And at the end of it, when they had that big fight scene with Palpatine, the both of them fought him, he fell off into this crack, like this cataclysm, basically. He fell into that while Rey died on the fucking floor after she pretty much like two-sabered the fuck out of Palpatine.
Yeah, she basically like spent her entire life force to kill him.
Yeah. So miraculously,
Oh,
he comes out of this crack.
he's Climo Ren.
Yeah. He crawls over to Rey and does this like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing you did to me.
Yeah. Just all right. That's
She found a way to manipulate midichlorians to heal. Like, I get some Jedi are that strong, but she wasn't that powerful.
yeah, I don't know, dude. That's just the dumbest shit ever. Like but I laughed my ass off in that fucking scene.
Because as soon as he brought her back, he died.
Yeah, and I kept thinking, well, what if she gets like, she's like, no, and she saves him, and then she fucking dies. And then he fucking saves
Comes
her.
back.
But yeah, he comes back, and he's like, oh no. Hang on, let me do my fucking color him name. He goes,
Adam Driver.
I'll just save you.
Is that
It's
Bane?
gonna, no, he sounds like Bane, but it's not quite Bane. He's like, I'm
Kylo Bane.
almost fucking save you. And you must get up right now.
You need more fiber.
You need more lemon pledge.
so he just rubs lemon pledge on her, and she gets up, and she's like, oh, but every time they do, they just keep getting more and more zombified looking.
Yeah. So they rise and fall.
The literal rise of Skywalker.
The rise and fall.
The rise and fall.
The rise and fall. The rise and fall. The rise and fall. The rise and fall. The rise and fall. The rise and fall. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So that's that's basically it. Not all of it, but just goddamn. And the thing that sucks the most is that this movie had so much potential to be like a great return to form as far as, okay, I was excited to see JJ come back. I liked The Force Awakens. I was thinking, okay, maybe he'll take what happened in the second one and build upon that and do so. No, this movie spent almost all of its time trying to undo it. The point when Luke fucking shows up, when she's about to yeet the fucking goddamn lightsaber into the fire, and he catches it, and he's like, what are you doing? That's no way to treat a lightsaber. Says the guy that fucking chucked it off a cliff in the second one.
Not only that, he was going to... Oh, no, he didn't burn the stuff. He actually let it burn.
You talking when Yoda burnt all the fucking books?
Yeah, because he fucking shot the lightning strike. Yeah, so I was thinking about it, yeah. But yeah, he just fucking tossed the damn lightsaber off the cliff. Like, no, I'm done.
And they didn't even try to also they didn't even try to allude to anything. They didn't leave any mystery. They didn't leave any kind of like good reveal for Rey being a Palpatine, which that was the fucking kicker, dude.
That was the
such
dumbest shit.
bullshit.
Like, that was speculation from day one of Force Awakens. Like, oh, this is what Rey is. She is a fucking Palpatine. Or she is a fucking Kenobi. I'm like, neither. Well, Kenobi sounds more logical than being a Palpatine.
Oh, Obi-Wan cannoli.
Yeah.
He's just food.
Mama eating a cannoli. Yeah. Yeah. He has a cannoli as a lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. That's his handle.
It's a white cream lightsaber.
Yeah, you just hear. Yeah.
But yeah,
shit.
like, they revealed that she's a Palpatine, like the granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine. And now you start to understand, okay, this is where the parents came in. The parents drove the ship that they found on Jakun.
Yeah.
Like, so one of those two was the relations to Palpatine. To have this force strong daughter, like this super force strong daughter,
Yeah.
and he dies way before that happened. And now he's like, oh, I'm back to get my granddaughter to take over.
He's like Rita Repulsa, dude.
Yeah. He's like,
After one shitty prequel trilogy, I'm free.
it's time to conquer Rey.
Yeah.
Because that was like the biggest thing. Now, some of the cool parts about the film. I
Yeah,
will say,
well, yeah, like let's do that so people don't think we're completely shitting on this movie.
the whole planet of, what was it called? Like
Exegol?
Exegol.
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty cool planet because it was like this massive fucking like chaos
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
And just the whole sequence where Palpatine, which it's a kind of a ripoff of the Return of the Jedi, where he's like coaxing Rey to like, okay, do it. Do it.
That's the issues I had, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
this film trilogy minus The Last Jedi was trying to be too much like the original trilogy.
Yeah, and when what we really needed was for it to be on its own merit.
Yeah. Granted, that's where The Last Jedi stood out a lot more, was it was trying to be its own thing, which everybody's like, fuck, what is this crap? But anyway.
Yeah.
But no, like the Exegol stuff was really cool. Like it was just this weird, like chaotic darkness.
Yes.
Like you see the flashing of the lightning. It's like, you will serve your purpose as the ruler of the galaxy. I was like, oh shit, this is like scary as fuck.
And see, he looked cool. As much as I hated they brought him back, he looked fucking evil.
Especially when he got the power from both Rey and Kylo to become like whole again.
Yeah.
He had the red eyes and the red like cape thing under his cloak and everything. It's like, oh,
Sure.
dude, he's like fucking Dracula of Star Wars.
Yeah, he is. He is.
But that was really cool. Like, I will give them that much. Also, as highly unbelievable as it is, the amount of Star Destroyers and the amount of Resistance fighters that came, it was like a fucking massive space battle.
Yeah, dude, like that was that's a thing that I had a love-hate with too. It's just like, God, where have y'all been this whole fucking time?
I know. It's like somehow they finally have the reason they're like, okay, I'm gonna fight now.
Yeah, and Poe's like, I'm gonna fucking quit. Fucking emo Poe.
Yeah.
Like after, like Luke Skywalker didn't die for this shit. He didn't die for your pussy ass to go fucking quit in space. Like where the fuck was everybody else? He inspired all these people. Why haven't they shown up until then? I got an idea. Let's get Lando in this motherfucker for like 10, 15 minutes at max and just have him make a phone call.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does. He just makes a phone call. He's like, I know some people.
Yeah, you probably know the whole universe.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, he gets in there, he gets in the starship, and he gets in the fucking Falcon. Just boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna call these motherfuckers.
Come save your galaxy.
Give them a piece of my mind and a piece of my ass.
I've been in Star Wars for this many decades. I'm ready to leave.
Again. No, I think it's hilarious. He's like, Return of Jedi. The Return of Star Wars, The Return of Lando. Mm-hmm. But some of the more positive shit about this movie, some of the touching scenes, like when 3PO had to get his memory wiped.
Yeah.
When he turned around and he was like, I'm looking at my friends one last time. I cried, dude. Like I won't lie, there's like about 4 or 5 times in this movie that I cried because like, fuck. Like when Chewie died, when I thought Chewie died.
Bruh, that got me bad. Like I thought he got killed off by
Well, the way
Rey.
she said it.
Yeah, it's like, I killed him.
Oh no, and she just yelled Chewie when it
Yeah.
blew up. I was like, you fucking cunt. You fucking killed Chewie.
Now we know you're a Palpatine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, dude. The other issue I had for that one was like, well, where was that second ship that he was supposedly on? It was nowhere in that shot.
Yeah, all we saw was that one fucking dropship.
Yeah. Explain that shit. I liked, what's the little fucker's name that fixed 3PO?
I don't remember his name, but he looked like a Cheech and Chong, like little mini dude. He's like, oh yeah.
Well, you want to hear something funny? The chick that played Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter voiced that character.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I it was like a stoner. It was like this little miniature like creature that looked like a fucking stoner. It just fixing it. Like that was fucking cute. And then the extra little the droid, the one wheel cone head droid.
Oh yeah, BD1 or something like that. I don't remember his name.
I loved it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's we could spend a whole episode talking about this episode 9, but I'm trying to find a good wrapping up point for it.
Babu Frick is the name.
Oh my god, that's right. Because I remember joking that that she was going to take 3PO to the Frick room. Mm-hmm. It's like, where's 3PO going? The Frick room.
Yeah, I just love. It's like who put them together? Hey. Who got it out of him? Hey. He's like the fucking Fonz.
It's like, what am I? Like, what am I? You frick.
Babu Franz.
Babu Franz, you frick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was fucking awesome. I love him.
Frickatoni. Yeah, I love that little thing. But, I mean, the ending. I think we should leave it at the ending of the movie and then get the fuck on to...
the better side of Star Wars.
Yeah. So I made this joke. And of course, it was, where Luke's aunt and uncle were. Well, and Leia's too, technically. Luke and Leia's aunt and uncle were on Tatooine. We go back to Tatooine. Why the fuck are we at Tatooine? We have no reason to be at Tatooine. Oh, Rey wants to honor Luke and Leia by burying their lightsabers in front of their old house on Tatooine.
No, it's not their house. It's Luke's house.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, I'm saying he's there with her because they're fucking dead. And anyway.
You don't see her.
Puts it there. Puts it in the ground, puts it in the earth, and I can just see Luke's Force ghost. Like, before this happens, he sees Rey, and he's fucking standing there with fucking Leia, and he's standing there with Yoda and Ben Kenobi and his fucking dad. He's standing there with Anakin. He's standing there with fucking Mace Windu, all these fucking legendary Jedi.
Before we go any further, which version of Anakin are we talking about? The original trilogy Anakin or the pre-sequel Anakin that they just threw in there at the end of the Return of the Jedi, the new versions?
Pre-sequel because, I'm sorry.
Original trilogy?
No, the prequel trilogy because they fucking used him again in this one. He was one of the people that called out to Rey at the end of that fucking whole thing. So technically him because they put him in there. So he's standing there with them. Actually, no, fuck that. He's standing with both of them because I think it'd just be funny if he's standing there with both of them.
Yeah, just
and
both
they're
versions.
fucking, and those two are arguing over who did it better. Old guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're standing there, and he's like, "Look at Rey. Everybody, look! I am so proud of her. I am so proud of the student she has become. She's become the master. She is the Jedi that will lead into the." And then she starts burying his fucking saber in the dirt. What the fuck are you doing?
I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah, I can't believe you've done this. Like, because it's the place he wanted to get the fuck away from so bad. He didn't want to be on that fucking... He wanted to leave much like Anakin as a child wanted to leave. I've, in fact, dubbed this movie belongs not under, but near Phantom Menace, a.k.a. Piss Baby Anakin racing film for theaters. That's where this movie goes for me. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just there. And the fact that Revenge of the Sith is better than this movie says a fuckload.
You know, it's funny. I can imagine Uncle Owen's spirit coming up behind Luke. It's like, well, we got another harvest.
Jesus Christ.
And Luke is just like, God damn it, Rey.
What's your name? I've never heard of you. Rey. Rey what?
Rey Skywalker.
Oh,
No.
It couldn't be just Rey because
No.
it's not good enough to. And I get the whole, family doesn't have to be blood. You can choose your family. I get that Rey looked at Luke like a father figure. That is all well and good, but goddamn, be your own person. And that line right there should symbolize the fact that, again, Disney did not trust its actors or its directors for these fucking movies to be on their own merit. They had to rely completely on nostalgia, and that is not the way to sell a fucking successful Star Wars trilogy. In fact, you have, dare I say, fucked these movies by doing that. Like, it's a good goddamn thing Force Awakens and Jedi are so good because this movie could have easily burnt those two to the ground.
If it was first, yeah.
I've said my piece, sir.
I'm just looking at pictures of porgs.
I love porgs. I don't fucking give a fuck what anybody says. Yeah, I know they were put there to, like, block out other birds and shit. They're so fucking adorable. And hamburger. That's what Chewie was trying to make, was making hamburger. Can we move on to The Mandalorian, please? Because I am so, like, okay, so Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, see it or don't. It doesn't really matter. You're not really missing a lot. And that's that I hate that I am hating that I am fucking saying that about a Star Wars film. But The Mandalorian on the other fucking end of the spectrum is just goddamn brilliant.
Because we finally got the end of the first season. And what a fucking roller coaster that one was.
What a roller coaster the whole thing has been, dude. Just the casting was so well done. The fucking directors on these episodes were great.
The dialogue itself was just beautiful. Like, you don't get too much, like, over necessary chatter. It's more of just like that quip back and forth. Like, you said something, you pissed me off, fuck you. Basically.
You said something, you've pissed me off, and fuck you.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's pretty much what you've heard from day one until now. It's just this big spaghetti western from sci-fi side of everything. It's so beautifully well done. Mando finds Baby Yoda, keeps him as his own, tries to protect him because, you know, you don't want to kill a kid. and basically the Empire's after his ass because that's the subject, that's the bounty.
Yeah,
You have to have it back.
And you also like the little internal struggle he has with himself about honoring his own code.
Right.
So, and the movie, it feels like a fucking movie. There's so much character depth, like you said, dude, and there's so many facets to Jin as a character because they actually reveal his name.
Mm-hmm.
And God, dude, that finale had me crying too. It was so fucking great. And fuck the little bastard that punched the baby Yoda in the face.
Yeah, both those scout troopers, which they got their fucking end like they needed to whenever the IG-11 droid's like, I am this droid. I am this baby's nurse droid, and I will kindly ask you to return it back to me.
You see that Tyson robot? That's the kind of robot you should aspire to be.
Yeah.
You should be more like Taika Waititi in this fucking franchise, which, by the way, he directed the finale. That's why it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
That man has done no wrong. They should have given him the fucking trilogy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Can we talk about the dark saber with fucking? I can never pronounce that guy's name right. Giancarlo Esposito or whatever the fuck. He played Gus Fring in Breaking Bad. He's fucking Moff.
Yeah.
That man was just born to play a fucking villain. He does it so well. And just
Moff Gideon.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Moff Gideon is just like, that is what Vader 2.0, if you're going to go that route, should be, because he's nothing like Vader, but you're afraid
sinister.
of him.
But like, no, the way he was introduced in the episode before this was basically he walks out of his TIE fighter that lands right behind him. And it's like, okay, I have a proposition for y'all. Y'all will kindly give up what I'm here for. Otherwise, I'm going to get it back. And y'all will be pretty much sacrifices to that.
He went full Gus Fring. That's exactly how that character was in Breaking Bad, which I think is hilarious. He just kind of took it and turned the whole... he wasn't like a chicken restaurant manager, like, nicey nice. He just had this, I'm a businessman, and here is my deal, and you about to get fucked. I'm going to serve it warm on this plate and give you some fuck.
But we had the main three characters inside the cantina just pinned down by at least like 30 troopers, ready to fire. And they brought out this big turbo laser to shoot into there. It's like, you will have until the daybreak of the next day to make your decision. And they were asking questions back and forth, like, so, can we trust your word? And he's like, honestly, from me, no. Right? He was straight up honest, like, nope. But for right now, if I get what I want, you will have my word.
Dude.
I was like, fuck this dude.
This
in a good way. He's awesome.
Right. Like, everything about it has been great. Like, the build was good, so the payoff was even better. And that's how you fucking do it in Star Wars. That's how you fucking deal with your characters, man. I cried when goddamn, I can't remember the droid.
IG-11.
Yeah, when IG-11 was like, I'm programmed to self-destruct.
If there's no possible outcome where I come out okay.
And the number one priority is to protect the child.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, when he stood into the fucking lava, I was like boo-hoo crying. I cried over a droid.
I mean,
You've got a lot of work to do, Robot Tyson.
Yeah. I mean, you can just imagine the Mandalorian just like shedding tears like, no, you're not killing yourself.
Yeah, that line whenever he's like, telling him, you're sad. And he's like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. I've been programmed to read your voice, Like, fuck, dude.
This is the way.
Yeah, dude. And like, even when they killed my boy Nick Nolte. Oh, they killed that motherfucker, and I was so sad about that too.
He had spoken.
Yeah, now he broken.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Now he's a token dead person.
He is. And I cried whenever he went back and he made a little fucking memorial for him and buried him in the rocks. And I cry at everything because I'm getting old and I was sick watching all this shit. So I was just like I was in that mood anywhere. I just wanted to be on my couch with snacks and water and like tissues and crying into them and watching shit like this. Ugh. It was so bad. But The Mandalorian Season 2 is actually going to be coming out this fall in the fourth quarter of 2020. And I cannot wait to see where they go with it because let's talk like Carl Weathers' character. Man, I laughed my ass off. There was this fucking meme going all around on the internet where it's like, oh, it's not just it's not a race, it's a creed. And he turns around and it's the third picture is him in the Apollo Creed, and he's like, ha! And the first thing I thought was living in America. You know, that shit from Rocky IV.
I want to talk about real quick the armorer.
The what?
The Mandalorian Smith.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. The whole sequence
Yeah,
where
she's a badass.
no, it wasn't just that part. It was the part where they all had to hide from the troopers coming in from the sewer system.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
And he kept asking her, like, please come with us. She's like, no, this is my place. Until I have salvaged everything I can from here, I am not leaving. And he kept asking, so what do I do from now on? He's like, well, you have taken on the responsibility of being a dad to this kid. Like, flat out, he's basically this kid's father now because he accepted the responsibility of taking care of this child, protecting this child from any harm whatsoever.
Yes.
So she says, from now on, you have earned your signet, and got the Mudhorn signet on his shoulder, and that was his clan.
Yeah, dude, that's another scene that made me cry too, because the way he looked, like, I love how he's just like, he's not like, oh, about it, and he's just not like, fuck yeah about it. He does not change
He's
his
stoic.
tone. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole entire time.
Like, I will wear this with honor. Like, that was like, but even in just as simply as he put it, you could hear the emotion in his voice that it meant a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried my ass off. I was like, I am proud of this motherfucker. I'm crying again. Like, I'm proud of this fucking guy, man.
But
Shit.
but yeah, she gives him the jetpack, which basically is like the flight of the Phoenix, I think they call it.
Motherfucker got Red Bull. He got wings.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, now go get out of here before they come out. I'll keep you covered for as long as I can. Well, they clipped over after IG explodes and they take off. She's in her pose, you know, basically like praising the Mandalorians, you know, whatever they call a deity or their entity or whatever. And there's like, I think 5 stormtroopers pop out from behind in the doorway. And they kept asking us, like, did you see the group that came through here? Where are they? And she just sat there like crossed armed and crossed like her tongs and her hammer just crossed the entire time. They didn't move.
She was cross.
Yeah. No, she got crossed whenever fucking Stormtrooper tapped her helmet with that blaster. It's like, where the fuck did you listen to me? Boy, she lit up all 5 of them fuckers just with those 2 weapons.
Thomas had never seen such bullshit before.
No. He just slowly backed out.
Yep.
Nope.
Gone.
Yeah, she literally like grabbed like every single one of them fuckers, blasted them or beat the shit out of them with the fucking tools in her hand. And just, it panned away from the doorway and she just sat there. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she
bitch.
Yeah, that was a moment I was like, fuck yes. Like, you dumbass motherfucker.
Touch the fucking Mandalorians.
Hell yeah, you bastards. Which, man, the sequence when he fucking launches off with that rocket, I kept waiting for to infinity and beyond. And he launches off. But no, when he crashes the TIE fighter and everybody kind of leaves and happy ending, and Moff just cuts the fucking ship open and steps out with that fucking Darksaber, dude. Oh shit. It's like that. Look, that shot of him looks so fucking badass. That black lightsaber looked like a fucking sword, and it was just,
Yep.
That's I
Perfect
think,
setup.
Yeah, because now we've got our, you know, your season 1 plot is wrapped up, and now you've got a good setup for the second one. And so Mandalorian season 2 comes out this fall, and just watch it. It's absolutely compelling television.
Oh, yeah.
It's some of the most compelling television I've watched. I just started, like, hopefully, maybe we can talk about this in a couple of weeks. I actually just started watching The Witcher, and it's not bad.
I'm going to have to find a way to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good, dude. Henry Cavill does a pretty good job as Geralt, and the hype is pretty fucking real on it, honestly. I didn't have very big expectations for it, and I watched the first couple episodes. I was like, fuck yeah. So maybe we'll come back and talk about that in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Next week, Cult Cinema Showdown will come back. We're going to take the 90s and kind of turn it on its head a little bit here. 2 of the arguably most popular franchises. If you were born in the if you were born in the 80s and you were raised and grew up in the 90s, Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, chances are you've watched both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take the 1990 Ninja Turtles film and we're going to put it up against the 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. So technically, it's like the battle of your childhood. Because a lot of people are like, oh, those cult films. Yeah, they kind of are. Because, I mean, we still talk about them. There's a lot of people that, like, including ourselves, that will never, ever not praise the first Ninja Turtles movie.
It's such a good film.
It is a good film. And, I mean, fuck, it has Jim Henson's stamp all over it. And then, of course, when the Power Rangers movie came out, you got to think, dude, the way they produced the series, it's some of the first time those actors got to do action and stunt sequences in the fucking suits.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't terrible. Like, it still kind of holds up.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of my favorite childhood movies.
Yeah, so this will be a lot of fun to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, we'll start putting together more episodes as we roll out throughout the year, because I know there's a lot of foreign films that I know you wanted to get into, and I definitely want to fucking do those too. Because there's so much like weird Asian shit out there.
Yeah, that's a whole gold mine we haven't even touched.
Like Asian action and horror and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just bought a couple of other they're not Asian, but they're influenced. Like one of them's heavily influenced by that, but I just bought a couple of films on Blu-ray that we'll get to in a few weeks. Like not together, but like as episodes roll forward.
Yeah.
Our merchandise, our old merchandise, if you like our old logo, is gonna still be on sale in the shop. We're gonna try to put some new shit in there with our new logo on it in the next couple weeks. So we're just gonna keep everything at cost that is still in there. If you're interested in doing that,
tell us what you think of the new logo.
yeah, no shit. It's bright.
Is it us? Is it hip? Is it now?
Is it us? Is it hip? Is it now? Is it in your fucking face?
It will be.
I mean, it is. Like by the time you're listening to this, it's just like,
Or you're on our social media sites.
that's right. So go look at all that shit. Go look at our dumbass pictures and like all that shit on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on Twitter at @supermediabros_. Come like us on Facebook. And check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. Click the fucking bell. Ring, ding, ding the bell. So you can get all the updates and subscription like notifications and shit.
I forget the whole YouTube Kappa thing starts.
Yeah, so we should be good on there. If you're unfamiliar with what the COPPA law is, just go YouTube some videos. There's a lot of people that can probably explain it a lot better than we can. But we'll keep you updated if something happens to the channel. What else is there? Go to podchaser.com or Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review. That really helps us out in the algorithms a lot to get out to more people. I mean, even if you think we suck, just come tell us we suck. It's still something. There. What else? I always feel like I forget shit.
I mean, nothing I can think of.
Yeah. I mean, watch as soon as we get out of here, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I forgot about it, man.
Just post it on social media.
Yeah, I just posted on. I mean, goddamn, it's the same. You can scroll in the show notes. Everything that we mentioned, you can go to the show notes below, click it, and it's just an instantaneous, like, poof. It's just as quickly as we got into this fucking place, you can get taken to the online shit.
Get taken like Liam Neeson.
Wouldn't that be fucked up if, like, every time you click link, he just shows up and he's just like, I don't know how you found me, but I'm going to take you. I'm going to take you.
I'll take you to a magical place. Just with the phone in hands.
I'm going to get breakfast. Eggs. That little bastard came too. You ready to get out? Well, I say get out of here. We're just going to stop recording and just kind of venture into this like retro wonderland.
Put it in Tyson's belly button.
Hey Tyson, can you cue some music for us, please? Oh, thank you. That was very sufficient. We appreciate that very much. Until next week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
Shades on.
We're off.